Rosita's Block Party. It was written by Luis Santeiro and illustrated by Tom Cook. A golden storybook and tape. Every time you hear this sound, turn the page. Are you ready to begin? Find the page where you see Big Bird and Elmo putting blocks into a bag.
Elmo, Rosita just invited us to her block party,
said Big Bird.
What's a block party, Big Bird?
Gee, I guess it's a party where people play with toy blocks,
Big Bird answered. And so they put all their toy blocks into a bag and headed over to Rosita's. Rosita had given Big Bird very careful directions to her house. Big Bird thought for a moment.
Now let's see. The first thing Rosita said was to turn at the subway station.
There's the subway, Big Bird. This must be where we turn,
said Elmo, and so they did. Elmo looked around.
Where do we go now, Big Bird?
I think Rosita said to pass the bodega,
said Big Bird.
Great! Let's pass the bodega! What's a bodega, Big Bird?
Oh dear, I have no idea,
said Big Bird.
Wait! There's Mrs. Garcia coming out of that store! Let's ask her,
said Elmo.
Excuse me, Mrs. Garcia. Do you know if there's a bodega around here?
Asked Big Bird.
Sure, Big Bird. This is it,
she said. Big Bird smiled.
Oh, a bodega's a grocery store.
Thank you, Mrs. Garcia. Come on, Big Bird. Let's hurry up and pass the bodega or we'll miss Rosita's block party,
said Elmo. Big Bird looked around and saw two monsters who seemed to be having lots of fun.
Rosita said we had to turn one last time by the domino players. Excuse me, have you seen any domino players around here?
He asked the monsters.
Yeah, us. We're playing dominoes,
answered one of them. Elmo jumped up and down.
This is where we turn then. Let's go, Big Bird.
And so they turned. They could hardly believe their eyes. Rosita's block was filled with balloons and paper streamers. Rosita ran up to them.
You made it!
Well, you gave me some pretty good directions. Boy, Rosita, people on your street sure go to a lot of trouble just to play with blocks,
said Big Bird as he dumped the blocks out of his bag. Rosita laughed.
Yay. A block party is not for playing with blocks, Big Bird. It's a party where everybody who lives on your block gets together to play many things. Come on, let's play!
At the first booth, they made masks.
I'm making a Snuffleupagus princess mask,
said Rosita.
And Elmo's making a buggy-eyed bug mask,
said Elmo.
What are you making, Big Bird?
a mess.
Big Bird answered, holding up his mask. Next, they tried the wishing well. Everyone made a wish, and then got a chance to fish for a surprise in a big tub of water.
I caught a toy dolphin!
Shouted Rosita.
Elmo caught a toy tugboat with a tooting horn and everything!
Big Bird caught something too. But it wasn't in the wishing well,
Hey, that's a good catch, Big Bird!
said Elmo.
Whoops. Sorry, ma'am.
Said Big Bird, returning the hat he had caught to its owner. Rosita's block was filled with booths with foods from many different places.
Let's eat. I will have some Puerto Rican pasteles.
Said Rosita.
And Elmo wants some Cuban black beans.
Said Elmo. As for Big Bird, he chose 6 whole Mexican burritos, filled with birdseed, of course.
That was delicious. Now I'm ready to play another game,
Said Big Bird.
What are those kids doing?
Asked Elmo.
They're trying to break the piñata, Elmo.
Rosita said.
What's a piñata?
Asked Big Bird. Rosita pointed.
That's a piñata hanging from that tree. It's filled with surprises. Each kid puts on a blindfold and then swings the stick at it to try to break it.
And I'm the one who's going to do it.
Said Big Bird. But when his turn came, Big Bird didn't even come close to hitting the piñata.
Missed again.
Cried Big Bird. Then it was Elmo's turn. He swung the stick and smashed the piñata to pieces. A shower of candy and little toys came tumbling down, and all the kids got some.
Elmo thinks block parties are terrific.
Said Elmo, but Big Bird wasn't so sure.
I'm going home.
Said Big Bird. Rosita cried.
You can't go now. The merengue contest is about to start.
What's a merengue?
Asked Elmo.
It's a dance from Santo Domingo. Come on, Elmo. I'll teach you. It's a lot of fun.
Suddenly, everyone was dancing. Everyone except Big Bird. A lady saw Big Bird standing all alone and came up to him.
Hola, my name is Abuela. That means grandmother in Spanish. Would you like to dance?
Thanks, but I'd probably trip and step on your feet.
Said Big Bird.
No, you won't. Come on and try, son.
Said Abuela. So Big Bird and Abuela started to dance, and before long, everyone else had stopped to watch them.
Wow! They make the best dancing team.
Said Rosita. When the music ended, everyone chose Big Bird and Abuela to be the king and queen of the block party.
Boy, I wish this block party could go on forever.
Said Big Bird. But Rosita reminded Big Bird that it was getting very late.
Abuela and I will walk you and Elmo home.
She said.
Elmo has a better idea. Abuela and Rosita can dance Big Bird and Elmo home.
Said Elmo. Big Bird agreed.
That's the best idea yet. Ha ha ha!
And so they all merengued together all the way back to Sesame Street.